And we'll see what we can do. Like I say, I have plans for expansion today. Maybe beyond just our population, as I don't want to necessarily be... I don't know, 5,000 seems fine. I don't think I need more than that. First order of business, though, I need to fix some things. Because, like, turns out the law is a little cooked right now. Manage law. Okay, under no circumstances should Amevians ever be enslaved. Yeah. Never enslave Amevians. Don't kill me, Arena. They don't want exile either, right? The only things that the Amevians want is imprisonment, basically. And maybe a little bit in the stocks. So, don't execute. There. Everyone just has to spend time in jail. And we'll maybe get, like, the stocks out. That should hopefully help. And for those that have already been enslaved, because I was an idiot, we need to... Oh no, none actually made, right, none got enslaved because I didn't have any slavers. So that's why they were all sitting in the stockade. That makes sense. No, feed the prisoners rations, if anything. That's fine. Negative 21 fish. Alright. Okay. So that should hopefully help sort that out. Yeah, our government score is actually increasing. So that'll be good. I should set you guys, I think, to indoctrination. I don't know. At some point I want to look into that. The problem is getting to things like retirement is rough. It's a lot of tech. And basically I'm just giving up workers. So this is always kind of like my capstone that I go for. But we'll see. I think I have some other problems though. We may not actually have enough booze anymore, which is impressive honestly. Yeah, do I just want to start doing some basic brewing tech? I might as well. I've identified a problem. I should invest to solve it. That wasn't even enough. Fair enough. And yeah, the moment, like, I identified the problem, but it's already here. To be fair, I think literally at the end I did just gain like 500 people. So I think that may have just been enough to send me over the edge, you know? I just have to sit in juristic limbo, basically. Some might argue that was even worse. But yeah. Yeah, workload's at 62%, so that's fine. Don't need a whole lot of those. At this rate, you probably need a second person? No, it's probably fine. Like, we are nowhere near load here, you know? We have 160 out of 256. You know, I think this is like 47 jailers here. That's a lot. Holy shit, Sorax Ray. Alright, on that note, I noticed the bureaucracy problems continuing. This is just getting worse. How bad is the damage? 86. Okay, so that's probably at least half of the goddamn problem. Okay, do I just want to... do I just start spending knowledge on bureaucracy? The answer can't be yes, can it? At this point, it's probably more efficient than other techs. You're probably right. If only it didn't cost fucking 50 goddamn knowledge. The Empire runs on paper, I suppose. That's what EU4 events told me. But, seriously, turns out I'm just gonna need a second goddamn fucking administration building, I guess. I figured that this was gonna hold me over for a while, but I'm pretty sure that this is a mathematical scaling of some sort that isn't linear. You know? Or otherwise, maybe it is, but I get the first 3,500 jobs for free or something. You know? Like, this is almost kind of absurd. Sounds like a technocracy. Yeah. Yeah. 5 people would be enough. Yeah, you would think. Although it would be adding 5k consumer building. Yes. I actually agree with that statement. But I'm not sure what I can do about it either. I think I may just have to import paper, which I don't want to do. I think I have a paper making noble, right? Okay. Alright. As long as I've got a paper making noble, I can just kind of toss down a second one here. And it should be fine. Fine enough, anyway. Probably shouldn't have put that in the road. Let's move this over slightly. You don't have to pay them wage in cash. This is true. Alright, so I did set down this import depot because I expect to need to import more wood. Because the 2,000 I collect in taxes definitely ain't enough anymore. So I can import an extra 1,000 a day, which God help me if that's not enough. I don't know what to do. You know? Good. So he uses money. It's kind of like workers and resources. Money is mostly only used for exchange of goods and services with foreign entities. You know? In more ways than you might realize, Songs of Syx and workers and resources are very similar. Okay. Master of the Paper Makers. You get 2 more promotions. Because, my God, am I going to need this much paper produced. Expand the Empire to feel the endlessly growing cost of the growing Empire. Maybe. I don't think so. I think the problem is just the growing city demands it, more than anything. Like, I don't technically need the administration for the Empire at all. The only reason that the administration exists is so my citizens are productive in the city. It's entirely possible that there may just come a day where I say, fuck it, and I'll just have my people work at 25% efficiency. Because how could it possibly be worse? But we'll see. Yeah. Alright, imprisonment judging, yep. So there's one other thing I do need, which are the stocks. Oops. Yep, 5 points. You got it. Okay. nice place to put some. Relatively close to the prison. Public. Should be good. Aaron Rig. But yeah, no. I think, like, really the bureaucracy set the system here is more designed to try and prevent the runaway effect of having too many people. You know? It's basically to counteract the economies of scale. Ugh, they don't even get... Really? They don't even get experience from it. Oh well. I mean, at this point, getting a friggin' bonus from experience to our paper making. Pretty sizable one. And oh, not a Dominator Cloud again. Hit those things and drive everyone insane. Just what I need. There. I'm sorry, what now? A Dominator Cloud. For the foreseeable future, everyone's just gonna go fucking nuts. Thankfully, it's the Amevians and not the humans, so we're not in the worst shape ever. But the good news is the deranged will usually leave with it. Need that asylum. Yeah. It might be about time for an asylum. The problem, of course, is it's expensive. Like 60, 20, 30. And unfortunately, since I'm the Amevians, it's not like hospitals and physicians do anything for me. Like, I just want to remind you, because we're the weird-ass death cults, we like not having hospitals. Look at this shit. If I build a hospital, I lose opinion from people. So, it's super expensive down a tree that, like, I get nothing from. You know? We also like reducing health with massage parlors, right? Yeah. Which I'm not sure I can functionally do at this point. We're already struggling enough with the health. Alright, so how are we doing on paper? Good enough. Needed so people become normal again. They would suck up resources. Yeah. But functionally speaking, there's kind of a cost to them, don't forget. Because here's the thing, if we remember, each library or whatever, you know, these people produce 2 knowledge with 1.25 leather. That's unfortunately a fair bit of cost to be able to maintain, you know, they're 110. So that's going to be 50-ish people just in the library consuming 60 leather. I don't think the deranged do perform mass murder or anything. You know, I don't think they do that. Could be wrong, but the game never mentions anything close to that, so I have no reason to believe it. You know? Like, it also doesn't really line up because, like, murdered is a thing here. And, you know, if deranged people caused murders, we would see proportional numbers of murders alongside the deranged level, you know? The fact that I don't tells me that there's no correlation there. And if there isn't even a correlation, I'm not going to look for causation, you know? Alright. Alright, so we're kind of getting back there on booze with this mark. So I would like to get another laboratory going. Yeah, and unfortunately we lack opium to do medication. So but yeah, I want another lab. And I want to get the improved laboratory, so I'm gonna need another library as well. Turning it in terms of poppies. Yeah. I mean, I definitely could use them. I have 900 Kryptonian interns, like, it ain't bad. And I could get a lot more, it looks like. Nice. Alright. Next time a slaver rolls around, I'll put in an order for another 200. Previously, I was capped at around 900, so I want to make sure I continue to expand the militia. Food. We definitely should be fine. Like, I so massively overproduce fish. And also, we have 14,000 veggies, so that should also be fine. But with the next lab being constructed, I can make the final sprint pretty easily to getting advanced fishery, which will probably completely remove the need for any additional work on that part. Like, I'm actually very likely going to overload my logistics network with fish. It's also worth noting that I do have fish exports going that will stop when we get low. So it might be fine. Yeah, it's scaling back right now. We also have the ration makers, which this is quickly becoming one of my larger export. And it's very good. It's going to earn me a lot of money. So, as I was kind of talking about before I started the recording, so I should probably make sure that people watching this on YouTube are up to date. I've been considering a better store of value than money, because we are long-term economically prosperous at this point, which is a nice place to be. Now, unfortunately, this is going to require even more clay. I mean, it should be fine. It should be fine. 216 people there. Yeah, the bonus to experience helps out a lot. Yeah. That'll do. So yeah, we have a little extra leather. So let's also just get another library. I'm not going to staff it fully, but, you know, let's just get that kind of readied. Alright. Yeah, we got another wave coming in 60 days. Also, given what's going on here, let's maybe set up like a second janitor here. And even better, let's get a janitorial warehouse over here as well. So that way they can actually maintain these buildings. That'll be good. But yeah, with the extra innovation I'm pumping out now, like, level 37 and climbing. Oh wait, I have knowledge of 68 right now. I don't even need the extra library. Nice. Okay. Anyway, upgrade. Upgrade. Yeah. We'll just aggressively produce more research. Alright, we've now maxed out basic fishing. These people produce 12.7 fish, 13.5 fish, 14.5. Like, and then I get the advanced fishery. We will never want for fish again. Alright. Wow, fucking Christ, we actually are filled with prison. God damn. So on that note, I do have stocks enabled for you guys, right? Yeah. Alright. The oceans weep. Yep. Okay. Just like 100 extra scraps. Let's go. Not even that many is needed. Like 50. If even that much. Alright. So yeah, now, with the advanced fishery, the main problem now is going to be getting enough fucking furniture. Which, oh yes, I now need for maintenance, don't I? Maintenance of our advanced fisheries. Hang on here. Ah, okay. I have decided that this was a terrible idea. Yep. The concept of the advanced fishery, I think, was a mistake. Holy shit. That's fine. Much better. Much better. Yeah, the oceans may have wept, but unfortunately my furniture production wept harder. Alright, so I want to get a new full-size warehouse over here. In addition, I want a smaller warehouse. Except alright. I'll make it a little larger, I suppose. It doesn't need to be that big. At least, God, I hope it doesn't. This is going to be what I'm just going to call the treasury. This is going to be the granary. Control beyond second resource of freezing death. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all it is. Like, it's fine. Anyway, how many insane people do I have now? Nearly 200, goddamn. Yeah, the Dometer Cloud, like, it's gonna give me long-term issues with having that much sand, or, like, the sanity drain there. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, there's an opening there. Yeah. It's gonna take a while to actually build this out. That's fine, though. Apparently it's gonna be a problem because I just don't have very much wood. I might need even more wood imports, which is somewhat terrifying. Like, wood is a resource. Apparently you just need all of it. Anyway, the good news is, my economy is capable, as sort of mentioned, of generating a bank balance of 5 million. So this is enough where I can start outrightly purchasing territory. If I first convert it so it doesn't, you know, cause any problems. So, like, if I wanted to buy Rickenberg, that's going to be 26 million. Now, of course, I would prefer to buy Rickenberg from them because, holy fucking shit, I'm not going to fight an army of 4,000 anytime soon. So, if I can first convert my wealth into jewelry, where it will expire much slower in our warehouse. Hell, even then, there are some technologies that I can get here to help. Kind of tempting to do lab tools. We'll see, though. Because there's... is there? Oh, yeah, I'll have the secret police check. Okay, where is it? Well, there's spoilage that could be used to help, as that will reduce the decay rate of things in our storage. I thought there was also a tech that reduced inflation. I swear there is. Doesn't mean I can find it. Ah, yeah, there it is. Accounting. So. Theoretically, you can get inflation down by 80% by the looks of it. Which, yeah. Hypothetically, how much of a bonus would you get from tools? 50%, maybe. I don't know, there's 10 levels of this and it's only going to get more expensive. Like, right now it seems functionally impossible to justify a lot of these techs. You know? Is there a tech to reduce maintenance? Yes. Sturdiness. Or, no, yeah. Well, robustness is what it gives. You see, unlike in Paradox, the person who codes Songs of Syx, a guy named Jake, is intelligent and never uses a negative. You may note this. There once upon a time were negatives. In fact, there's very few negatives still in the game, I think, here, where, yeah, hunger minus 0.05. Which is hilarious, but... So, a lot of these techs, keep in mind that they increase things like conservation and robustness. They don't reduce maintenance, even if it's functionally the same thing. It's mathematically very different, and it's very important that I don't ever mix those up. So... like, I feel like maybe investing into this is worth, though. You know? This is something that could actually legitimately be worth it. Like, I wish there was a way I could see my total maintenance bill, you know? Like, how much have I spent on maintenance of everything? The first tech would be a hard reduction of 5% to that, right? Like, across the board, so. So the dev made extra stats that counteract if so few negative values is possibly used. Yes. The problem with negative values, as you may remember from games like EU4, is that if you stack negative values together, every negative value is actually worth more than the last. You know? If, let's take army maintenance, for example. If you go from 0 or 100 to 95% army maintenance, you know, take a solid -5 there. That is a 5% reduction. If you already have negative 90% army maintenance, though, and get another 5% reduction, you actually have an effective 50% reduction to your army maintenance. Do janitors say current maintenance spending? I do not believe so. They're stored resources. Yeah. I can look over each individual one here and find out like what the maintenance ends up being. But let's see. 300 wood. 22 there. Yeah. It would really be for the furniture, if anything. I don't think it's worth it. Yet. Because it's still a fairly expensive tech. But it's at least, I think, getting into the realm where it could be worth it. When some of our negatives in CK3 casuals already started gaining troops in battle, like a necromancer. Exactly, yes. You know, this is why I will say, anyone who's making a game and programming a game, avoid negatives like the fucking plague. Holy shit. Negatives are terrible. You know? Dev cost stagnant in America is really bonkers. Or 1/3 dev provinces everywhere. Yeah. No, like I say, don't ever use negatives. Just create a counteraction stat that you can add on to. It's really important, honestly. Okay. So, first order of business. This one... There's apparently no jewelry, though, or do I... Ah, yeah, okay. I just have no boxes. Good. So, this place is only going to store jewelry. This is going to be the treasury. 16,000 jewelry seems like it's probably enough. I don't know. Yeah, the main problem, ironically, right now is just furniture. Which I think also comes into the other problem of, holy shit, I need to import more wood. Okay. I'm just going to accept that I may need incredible quantities of wood. And I'm going to build a large import depot for it. Just about capping things. Yeah, you know what's great? If you don't use negative modifiers, you don't have to put floors on a bunch of shit. Just to make sure it doesn't go too crazy. You know? Still has a floor on the government size, yeah. So, anyway. It's fairly simple. Instead, just replace it with, ironically enough, division. Oh. Decline. I hate that my vassals just constantly try and make trade deals with me to get out of vassalage. Jake has got to fix that. Okay. So this thing can import 9,500 wood. By God, that better be enough. Okay, so this thing is just going to import jewelry. Yeah, okay. If they have cheap jewelry, makes sense for me to want to do that. There you guys go. Alright. And I'll get a couple of ornaments. Shouldn't need that many. But yeah. So I'm going to start converting my money into jewelry, which will reduce in value much slower. Now then, I have some extra workers. Although we'll see. I'm going to let this continue for a bit. Where is it? Only 250? Come on. There needs to be way more than that. Dismantle that. There we go. That's what I like to see. Incoming wares 2,500. Couldn't make some negative multiplicative instead of additive. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to start stockpiling jewelry, which is good. That will dramatically reduce the amount I pay in inflation, which is currently 50K a day, so. Like, converting, like, I take a 30% conversion loss, but, like, assuming I hold the jewelry for at least, like, 3 years effectively, then it works out evenly. Now, the bad news is, well, no, it should be fine. We'll see how the raiders react. The militia just kind of keeps the raiders away. So now that I have enough wood, like actually enough wood, yeah, it looks like we have a slight excess of furniture, which is good. Yeah, let's get advanced carpenter for 20, please. And upgrade. Wait, no, I already had advanced carpenter. I'm an idiot. I forgot to actually do that one. Fair enough. Right. I vaguely remember this at the end of the last thing. It's like, I should do this before I forget. Because inevitably, I'm going to forget between the streams. Because of course I fucking will. So yeah, that should help a little bit more as well. And I'm debating if I probably am going to need a couple more. Living angry or lizard things either. Yeah. Well, that's the thing with like the raiders is, you know, you kind of end up with the risk reward system where your goal is to not be too rich in order to avoid the raiders. So we'll see. Hello there. So hypothetically, if I wanted to buy a rich embark from you, ironically I can offer slaves. Now the slaves are worth nearly $1 million. Alternatively now, I can start offering jewelry. But, alright, the price falls off so bad for it. It may not be a good way to store value, it turns out. It was a good thought. But I'll cut the imports for now. Like, it works to an extent, but not by much, you know? This will help. Anyway. I'm going to return this to auto-employ. I don't know why I ever took it off. It's pretty clearly we need more people working in this export depot. I'm going to be real here. Like, let's get another 10. Let's see where that lands us. Because, yeah, we mostly just export rations at this point for money. Alright, so the granary is almost complete. Good stuff. Those sinking fish. Yeah, I mean, they do use fish as a as furniture after all, so. Okay. Do I want to give additional tools to the carpenters? I don't think so. Yeah. I'm also debating about livestock right now. I make 69 in taxes of it. So I don't need the Globdian pastures anymore. I previously just had to get the Globdian pastures because I'd have maintenance of livestock. So I think I'm going to shut these down. You know? Let's take that out so I can replace it with a canal. Good. On the plus side, I should need one less of these as well. In fact, I need 2 less. There we go. For the great cotton farms. See, that'll free up some extra workers. And even tech if I can forget the Globdian pasture tech, which helps. Frees up another 8 points. How useful. Yeah, expert fishing. That's just what I need, even more fishing. Yeah. At some point I need to round out to 1,000 fishermen. At some point. But yeah, we also do get, 1,000 veggies a day, so I'm not too worried. Alright. Okay, resource settings. Well, hold on. I can just do it for every category. Good. Alright. Thank you for your service, Export Depot. It is no longer needed. So, this entire thing is now going to store nothing but rations. It does not need 150 delivery men. God, I hope not anyway. Like, I don't know, 25 is probably fine. Probably not even once we get this. Oh yeah, I've just had this loading station consuming 17 people this whole damn time. No, I need an unloading station, sorry. Fishing concerns. Your fishing operations starting to have an impact on the fish population. While the effect is still marginal, your city alone is unlikely to have a great impact. You should address how to deal with this sooner rather than later. Currently, your fishers are keeping most of their catch. A few fishes of smaller size are thrown back as is customary. The nets that are in use have generous mesh sizes, allowing young fish to escape. Abolish traditional restrictions or make them stricter. The first will increase overall production greatly, but likely negative consequences. The latter would reduce production slightly, but would be more reliable. There may be seasons where fish is especially abundant. This is going to be like a permanent bump. This doesn't seem like a normal event, right? You know, I had consequences, though. Yeah, no. Like, I would happily take this. Like, look how it's worked. Yeah. Like, this doesn't seem like a normal event, you know? Where it's just to be like, oh, this happens for a few days or whatever. This almost seems like it might be a permanent thing. I'm gonna play it safe here and add restrictions. Yeah, it didn't give me an event modifier. I think that's just permanent now. Yeah, it might have consequences. I don't think that's a might. I think it would definitely have consequences. Luckily, I produce enough fish that I'm fine. And so we'll regulate the fishing a bit more, just to be on the safe side. I wonder if that's like just an event from producing a certain amount of fish. That eventually you get just that. It might be because I broke 10,000 fish per day. You know? 5% of few textile cover. It actually won't, Dusty. That 5% is a crippling modifier. Because the game, again, because this game is well mathed, it's a multiplier. You can actually see the formula at the bottom. Every additive bump is reduced by 5%, effectively. So, that's actually wild. But that's fine. I can take then minus 5%. It tells you the exact math. Yep. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes, prepping the grinder. It's what I meant. Yeah. It's fine, though. I'm not particularly worried about it. Alright, let's get an unloading station here. Alright, so this place is going to do rations. There they are. The cart is being loaded. I don't know why. There are no stations there except the resource, yeah. Alright, let's reduce you to lag. 5 guys, because we don't need more than that for what you're going to be doing. See if I can get this built. How bad is it? It's not too bad. Let me guess. If I click on this, yeah, it's good. It's always the administration here. I've put so many people to work in this region, it's kind of a nightmare. I think I need another urban center here. Which isn't really shocking, but, you know, increasingly frustrating. Anyway, so this place is just going to accept rations. And any moment now, we should see a cart of rations arrive. And I deployed it. Heck yeah. Okay, we might need more than 5 people. This is actually a lot of rations. So on that note with knowledge, one of the techs I do know is very important and I do want to invest in is logistics. I think the second level is still worth. You know? I'm sure I can see it somewhere here because the game presents me with everything. Again, what I love about this game. It presents you with everything. Yeah, so here we can see the carry capacity. So, the amount of goods they can hold has gone from 8 to 10 per trip, which helps a lot. At least I think it does. Anyway, so we can finally start, stockpiling a large number of rations. Which will be good for us. very good for us. You know? It's yet another bump to our mood, hopefully. Like, food days, getting that is 1.5. There is worth for it. Now, unfortunately, at 5 meals a day, I must stockpile 25,000 rations per day. Now, we are capable here of storing 4,000 or 450,000. That is 4 days of rations per 100,000. So this is 18 days of food, theoretically. I think I actually need a second warehouse to hit the 40-day mark, which is what it tells you to do. 40 or 50. I might need 2 or 3 of these warehouses filled with rations. So yeah. It's pretty wild. Alright. So what does this require? Brewery Revolution tech? Sounds fine to me. Alright, so that should be far more than enough Piva. Alright. That's everything that's actually the only thing I think really that's going to hold me back. Now I also have the storage for rations. I'm going to start moving towards a military. It's not logistics. Where is the military dam depot? Under military, of course. Alright, so army supply depots. So these, I think I can just kind of put on the far side here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to start on military logistics as needed. Ooh, we're actually getting some days of food. It's a fucking miracle. Alright. But yeah, maintaining a professional army at this point is better than the mercs. Alright. Speaking of which, let's disband the merc there. Start talking about what I'm going to be raising. So, like, we can kind of look at what I have available for conscripts here. The main things that I give a crap about are Dendarians, Amevians, and Talapi. Talapi make the best archers, and are very nice to have, so we're going to be getting a couple of them. I'll also need to start local production of bows in order to handle that. And leather armor, ideally, although getting leather is hard. To be fair, the difficulty I have with getting leather is kind of why I want to get over here. Because if I remember right, there's places with leather. Or maybe I'm crazy. Ah, there's a place with leather. Unfortunately, another place with no moisture, so... Alright, so the purple guy. Yeah, you have an army of 3,100. God, that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard to overcome. How are you so strong? Maybe my effort needs to be towards an alliance. Might not be terrible. We'll see. I think for now, maybe I just need to go on a bit of a conquest out here. Anyway, I'm not going to over-aggressively do it here. So, you will do clothes. You will do booze. you will do rations. Good. Alright, that's really all we need to start. Equipment, they'll need it before battle, but they can begin training without it. So, Amevians will undergo archery training. With leather, armor, and bows. Hang on, I just want to double check. Yeah, it gets rid of their offense skill. Alright. So yeah, we're going to want to recruit 150 of you, and then I think we'll probably just go with some Amevian frontliners. May become a problem. Oh, there we are. So, turns into an extra abundance. Later, I guess, does that? Do I just get positive events more frequently now from this? Like 2013. Yeah. You have been around a while, Gage. And, yeah, I'm still going. So, huh. In the end, maybe it pays off. I mean, those extra boosts are really nice because it turns into exports. Because I do have the export depot that scales fish exports and everything. So that's good. It'll be basically a cash infusion every so often. Which, you know, that's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. So anyway. As I was saying. I have some options. You guys... Yeah, factual 0.2. 0.22. I think I like the Amevians better. I don't know. They just get force there. You guys get offense skill and a little bit of pierce damage. I actually don't really know what the effects of Piercer's... All physical attacks. Pierce is better than Slash, I think. Yeah. Pierce damage, I don't know. I think the flank, like, the dynamics here and the way I read this makes it difficult. Because I look at this and go, okay. Because the damage is split with the flanks, it seems like it's actually potentially quite terrible, you know? Sword also lets you use shields. This is true. Which potentially makes them fucking indestructible. I think that might be the correct answer, though. If I can swing it, use the shields. And because, realistically, I think the job of these troops is to not die. Right? Like... It's the job of the Tilapia archers with 8 bows to deal damage, right? Pierce damage, you get 20 to 30. If I accept that it's just simply the job of the Amevian core to just not die, that also then makes it significantly better for me to use the Dendarians who don't have the inbuilt thing. Do I have enough Dendarians? Barely. So then these guys end up with 9 pierce and slash armor. Yeah, and 90 hit points. .9 defense skill, yeah. What downside did the humans have? They don't necessarily have a downside. Like, they're just pretty much the neutral point, if anything. Alright, I'll recruit a Dendarian Defense Corps. I'll need to get flanks and shields, though. Which I do have to invest in, unfortunately. Or not flanks, falcatas and shields, sorry. Shields I do believe require leather. I'll also need full plate, of course. Good. Orange team ID most fancy, yeah. Alright. Gonna take a break and BRB. Alright. So, you know, I kind of want to double press this. Ooh, yeah, that's fast. Alright. I almost never do that. Okay, so they're going to take forever to train up, and we're going to do our best to get them equipment. You know? We're going to need a couple of smithies. I'm going to need one there, and then I think I need a tailor. Is it? Yeah. It's a tailor for the leather armor. A bowyer for the thing. Where are shields made? In the carpenter. Okay. Okay. Alright, these don't need to be particularly large is the thing. 20 is probably even too many. No, I guess... I don't know, I'm trying to think. I think hey, a slaver. Hold on, I need to put in an order here. Let's see, 212? Thank you. I guess I need to actually consider rough numbers, right? So each soldier needs 8 weapons, 4 armor. I forget what the decay rate is out on the field. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell me what the expected decay rate is. Oh no, hold on. Right there, Sithlin. There's 2 items stored per soldier. So yeah, if we have Sithlin, that gives the Dendarian some extra morale. Two per year, yeah. 8 per year. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just do 20 and see where we land with that, you know? That's the thing, I'm not really sure where we'll land. And I think I just kind of have to take a guess and go with it. Because I just don't have the answer. It says when making the units, I think. Alright. Let me try that and see. Yeah, we're at rate per item per year. Okay. So that means I need 1/10 the production of it per year. So if I have... So for every unit, needs 8 of something. That means I need 0.8 per soldier per year. So to account for some inefficiency, I'm pretty sure bows might go at 0.2, fair enough. But yeah. I'm just doing smithies for now, so I'll worry about the bows later. Because goddamn, it's already hard enough. 0.10, 0.10, okay. So, 0.8, 0.8. So, each smith can supply 16 soldiers. Ergo, 20 is correct. That gives me a little bit of inefficiency on both sides. And ensures that it'll be fine. Okay. So, I'm glad I vibe checked 20. Okay. Yeah. For bows, it's double. For leather armor, is it also maybe double? I should double check that. It is, okay. The problem, of course, is that the plate armor is produced at half the rate of swords, isn't it? So I'll need a third one. Of course, that was base, wasn't it, before efficiencies? Oh no, that's after efficiencies. Fair enough. That's at the current rate, so it should only improve. Alright. So, hypothetically here, shields... Alright. Shields look like they're fine as well. So, transfer space, so that's there. Good. Alright, so bits of equipment should start filtering out to them. I think I left a bunch of, depots on general, so I'll just take whatever. So I do want a dedicated depot for all of them. All of the types of equipment I will need. One dedicated depot for all. All the things. Oh, 541 workers, damn. That's the happiness. It exists. Okay. Start a new urban center there. Might need a janitor right here, we'll see. Is this really a problem if these, like, decay? I've never thought about it. I think the building shuts down if it reaches full degradation, though, which would be a problem. Set that up there. I feel like I'm 90 slaves short. So yeah, slaves are definitely left already, but that's fine. housing's a little bit better now. Range, turn 33, yeah. Four days of food stockpiled so far. To be fair, I could probably increase the rate. I stockpile this stuff if I did this. I should probably auto that. Shipping those rations over. Should be fine. Alright. But yeah, we're getting better. I'm good, this carpenter's done. Upgrade it, and Jesus Christ, that's a ton of shields. Probably didn't even need that much. We're good. Problem is, of course, that's going to consume leather, and who knows how much of that we're actually going to be able to consume. Alright. Well, we definitely... I think, unfortunately, I still have to import more cotton, right? No? Seems like no. It seems fine, maybe? Alright, I'm just gonna start importing leather then. It sucks to do, but... gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, so yeah. The Dendarian core should be functionally invincible. The Tilapia core does the damage. You know? Alright. The vast majority of what we fight should be like garrison troops, which just have 2 leather armor. And just hypothetically here. How much does 2 leather armor give you? 3 slash armor. Okay. So, when they're fully equipped, they'll have more slash and pierce attack than the enemy, like, main garrison forces will have armor, so that should mean we cut through them pretty good. Alright. Papermaker's doing well enough. I still have like 20 noble promotions I can use if need be. We'll see. On that note, I should wisely allow for a crate. Potentially 3. That'll be good. How many crates am I actually using at this point? Only a third of what I have, so that's good. This will allow us to actually stockpile some excess. Anyway, Continuing on, we're going to need a bowyer, of course. And at the tailor, do I need to research leather armor production? Or is that just fine to start on? Looks like it doesn't need it. There's just makeshift weapons over there. You used to be able to, you just need to research it. Okay. So, tailor. We may need some extra tailoring. Because they will decay at, apparently, twice the rate. So, and one bowyer. Well, we'll see. So yeah, I think I literally now will just get random events for, or extra random events for 3x fish. Because I'm taking the 5% dip. Mm-hmm. I wonder if that'll ever go away. Oh well, that's fine. That's how it's made up for, yep. It's a good thing I didn't choose the overfishing thing, because then you probably end up with penalties every so often, you know? Right, so tailor and a bowyer are underway. And we got full fine craftsmanship, so that will help. Furniture always seems to be the crux of our problems. It does need a lot for the maintenance. Almost makes me wonder if I want to keep going here. Yeah, you know, I should. I think our carpenters need additional tooling. In fact, like, let all the crude crafters have an additional tool as well. That'll affect ration makers. Tailors get tools as well. And the potters. Which is good, because I think the potters are falling a little behind right now. So they could certainly use the bump. Alright. Okay. And then you guys produce the leather armor. Alright, this is in theory all the equipment I need. We'll see what the ratios start talking about later, but you know. For now, it's just going to be a mad rush to try and actually produce enough to get to them. This carpenter is degraded completely. That is concerning. You know what? Let me undo this. I did not place that very well. Let me try that again. I guess that's part of the problem with carpentering then. It's right next to the warehouse, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem to keep maintained. Too much workload for the janitors again, yeah. It's not exactly unexpected. Ah, yes. Eh, it still has 100% insulation. How did I manage to fuck this up a second time? There we go. It'll all get fixed. Built out right. Alright. Nope. So, the title of Sorax Ray. Another 16 fucking noble promotions there. God. Alright. Still. Yeah. We're starting to gear up a bit. Yeah, we are at 378 power so far. We can kind of use that as a rough gauge of things. For example, this army has 168 power. We can crush it. That's Isla. Where did you put your army? There it is. 4,000 power. Not bad. Okay. I might purchase some Scythian and send it to them. They don't need a lot, right? 318, it's not bad. Give them a little Scythian for extra morale. Alright. We'll see. For now, they've just got a lot of training and a lot of gearing to do. So yeah, the Bowyer produces fucking almost nothing. Which is not great. Like, workload is low. Is that a lack of leather? I thought I was importing a decent amount of it, but... Oh no, I want, like, a lot of leather imported if need be. Okay. Alright, I'm also going to reallocate this around a bit. As we're running low on money. So if we all can, please start sending the rations for export instead. second bow you're built here. Well, the degradation here is improving. That should hopefully help production. Yeah, there we go. No wonder I keep having trouble with furniture. Okay. Shouldn't be fetching from the granary. Whatever. Things are working more or less as intended. So why do you generally prefer larger buildings? So smaller ones in most cases, I'm assuming it's for scaling. Yeah, it's for scaling. It's a lot easier to do it. Basically, I have two modes of operation that I care about, which is one, size, and two, tileability. Like, setting my buildings up this way makes it really easy for me to expand production for the smaller things to meet a certain demand. If the demand is going to be function... Oh my god, this paper maker's falling apart. Apparently we're having some real problems in the internals with this. Jeez. So's that Potter. It needs more janitors, that's fine. We may also be having problems getting stone by the looks of it. Which is concerning, all things considered. Alright. Not exactly a stranger to that idea. And kind of thought about it and prepared mentally for having to set up some stone mines in some places. That one's ore. There's the other stone mine. Certainly something to consider. Alright. Population's 25% native born. Nice. Alright. 7 whole days of food. Wow. Alright. So we got some more bowyer going. That's helpful. We're getting this through. I think according to a video I watched, at some point hall pathing for inputs outputs becomes a thing you can optimize for, but I wouldn't know when and how to do so. Yeah. That's also true. And yeah. I also don't really know where I would start with that either, which is part of the problem. So hopefully at some point we'll have a little extra leather armor. Please God, I hope so. That'd be good. If I can get some extra leather armor, we can dramatically improve law enforcement and all that, and hopefully increase that. Our environment score is very good. Looks like for the most part we just need more torches and stuff, which is fair. I have enough cut stone, enough metal. It probably would not be a terrible idea for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, grab a tile. And really try and crank out... Oh no. Well, that's fine. I've got to remember under no circumstances should I ever click and drag, because it breaks everything. It's a bit of a problem. yeah, if I can keep improving this, that'd be good. Roll out better environment everywhere if I can. Alley. The area around the warehouse is one of the most traveled areas, so it definitely is important for me to... you know what? I shouldn't do that way, though. Replace the road. I want to do it a specific way. Because I'm going to smarten up. In this area in particular, it is very important to leave gaps such that people can transit between, because this is a street that they will actually need to cross, you know? Industrial streets are like that. There. So that'll get us, yeah, there we are. Statue and torches are climbing up nicely. Get that environment fulfilling. Regular stone. Yeah. Time to get the second major import depot, I guess. Didn't think it was going to be that much of a problem. This paper maker still looks like it's falling apart alongside this potter. And when in doubt, just throw in a second janitor. It's right next to the main warehouse, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Pretty major street. I should look at getting it set up here as well. Jeez. Pretty good coverage. These statues, pillars, something else. Statues specifically. Because the Amevians don't care about anything else. You know? Like, a lot of the times, they'll like pillars and statues, or they'll like flower beds and trees. Examples included here. Or if you're the humans, you like everything a little bit, because you're a fucking bastard. The Amevians specifically only care about the statues, though. So, as a result, these are actually pretty easy to do. Like if I was doing it for humans, I'd have to tile all 4 of them on each side of one. And torch and do it like this. And the coverage isn't quite as good, but it usually is fine enough. So, it's a bit annoying, but it works well enough. Some issues with alcohol, maybe. Which is shocking, if I'm going to be honest here. Yeah. We'll see. Carpenter's back up to snuff. Okay, It looks like this paper maker, or okay, at least this potter is for sure getting its shit together. Which should hopefully repair our pottery issues. Alright, these guys are getting geared up pretty nicely. 431 strength so far and climbing. Alright. Not bad. The goal is to have 4,000 strength. I can probably, you know, supplement it with better tactics and all that. But if these guys can get to 600 strength, then in theory I only need about 1,800 troops to match them, which is a more doable number. Alright. But yeah, things seem to be running mostly smoothly. We're having a few problems here and there, but I wouldn't call them problems. I'd say we're stressed a little bit to the limit on a few areas, which concerns me. My god, these fucking paper makers. Fine crafting tools. Yeah, the paper makers get extra tools. The masons, you know what, don't. They don't need it. Nor do the mechanics. Just a little extra for the paper makers, you know? We have a lot of people employed in the paper makers, so I'm willing to invest a little in them. Yeah. Hopefully the degradation will be reduced over time. Alright, is the second major import depot done? Good. Yep. Okay. Dismantle those two because they're just not needed. Nope, from here out, we just import tons of stone. Not bad. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break and BRB a sec. Alright, I'm back. Bit of tribute. Works for me. Alright. So yeah, hopefully now we have enough stone, which might aid in repairing the paper maker. Thank you, by the way, to Warlord Wolf for 82 months. Honor 100 sports are appreciated. Alright, paper making is going. Full speed, I hope. God, do I need paper. The Empire runs on paper. I mean, I have, like, I guess it works as long as less than 10% of this number is working in the administration. It's technically of benefit to me. Although, then the problem is, you know, the paper consumption. Then I have to actually include the paper makers, which we have another 300 of. You know? So we got like 700 people working in the administration, which is a bit much. And the wood imports too, yeah, right? So effectively some of the ration makers are dedicated to that. Probably like, why are they not gathering more? Yeah. It seems like they run out, then like the job queue clears until like a certain amount of time passes or whatever. Oh well. The ration exports continue to buoy the economy nicely alongside the fish exports. Since this is on automate, I can kind of like use this number as an idea of how much fish I'm currently exporting, and that's pretty decent. So, it's hard to complain. Alright. Yeah, there we are. Degradation's falling nicely. So this is starting to look a little more varied in total days. Good. Like I say, it takes like a century before like the rate at which people grow up kind of evens out a bit, and you end up with fewer spikes. But it's getting there. How are we doing here? 144. I can probably go up to 1,200 slaves, which would be good. And the next target is... I mean, I don't know, it depends however much I need here. The next target is really just to get to 8,000 and reach 100% loyalty, so I can get Asta. Yeah. However much it takes. Yeah, and the fishing printer just printed again. God, that's wild. I guess I should upgrade the training ground. I got this 50% extra training speed. I might as well, right? So I think the goal of just taking over that island is good. The equipment continues to get better. Training is getting closer to completion. Equipment levels are rising. I don't have to like get them to full for things to be fine. But yeah, wow, 476 so far. They're getting there. Ain't great. God. Yeah, conquering the island, like, it's gonna open me up for a lot of coal and iron imports as well, which should help. Part of which is because I want to not use this region, I think. Is it this region? No, it's the coal one. Which region am I using for iron here? Okay, does it have anything else available to it? Yeah, it has the ability to do decent enough oak pastures. I'll have to consider that. Yeah. Because oak pastures are basically one of the most important taxes I can get. Alright, you know what I need? Another export depot. Just a minor one. This should be a relatively minor one. For livestock. That should hopefully help a little. It's another, you know, like I do take in of this 69 a day, which is pretty nice. We use some of it, of course, but realistically leaves me 65 for export. Go up to 6 for now. I don't think you'll need that many in the long term, but for now you will, as you have to work through the entire backlog that we have. Let's work through that backlog. Alright. That'll diversify the economy a bit more. A bit more on the exports. I know I'm already covering meat, which is good. Like, the Aurok pasture is providing meat and livestock. Does mean that I am at least, like, getting some wealth extraction going from the faraway reaches. This place is not doing well. Hold on. There. Okay. Need to reduce the ore income a bit. Yeah, it's still fine. Alright. Luckily I didn't revolt. So yeah, we're already at 500 and climbing. Jeez. So yeah, the army is going to be in pretty damn good shape before too long. Everything's still increasing, like their training, their equipment. Like I said, these guys only have 4,000 army strength to them. You know? So, we should be okay. The real problem is right now with my empire's size, I functionally can only recruit one more group of Tilapia archers, you know? But if we can get this together, I can probably get some additional soldiers. We'll see. Maybe I can get my shit together well enough to, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of enamored with the idea of trying to buy some of the land off the really strong and or nearby people. Given that, as a general rule, yeah, it's a lot of troops. Even if I continue to expand here, like, I only have room for one more noble, which is a problem, and he's gonna have to be a governor. You know? Paper making is good now, right? God, thank goodness. I was worried for a bit there. Okay. So, by the way, that's a pull source. Yeah, keep like 40 behind, sure. Yeah, but yeah, make sure you're just pulling hard out of the warehouse. Let's go. Alright. That's not bad. Yeah, so we'll need to take over Hoogland, Herxeni. As the Empire grows, it also kind of becomes more valuable for me to consider investing into this stuff. So we'll see. Quirk Entity makes sense to set up our first Workers Guild in. Probably Rikier is our second. And we'll see about the others. But getting those set up will help Empire-wide. And they don't require a whole lot, so... Need extra workforce all across the Empire. God, do I need an asylum? Okay, good news. The numbered range is falling back down from the Dometer cloud. It's under 200 again. Oh, shit. They almost have enough shields. They're already at 550. Still more training to do as well. How did you guys get ahead in the training rate? Who knows? Equipment might affect the training rate, so... Glorious Sports Protection. Yeah, the old sword and board strat. Like I say though, these are heading for above 600. Alright. So now that we have some equipment here, how are we looking here? Apparently I don't send any on supplies, but we have 22 bows coming in per day. How many bows are we consuming on a daily basis? 8. It's not bad. It'll take a while to actually get it up to gear, though. Daily consumption is 5. Leather armor, which I produce 16 of, so that's fine. One of the things is, once I actually defeat an enemy army, we will get equipment from them. So, that ends up kind of just being the goals. I just need to start defeating an enemy army or two, and that will help equip them. Which I'm just waiting for them to really hit full training for, you know? So... we'll get a little bit of gear off of it. That should be good. We've got several enemy armies to fight. Including this one of 255 men. 110 men. 129 men. This one's technically adjacent to us, so... should probably just march in here and murder him. This one's also got adjacency, so... They'll probably just surrender outright, which will let us just capture a bunch of stuff as well. But yeah. Without actually having to fight or risk any of our gear. God, God, you guys hate us so fucking much. We need to put these fuckers out of their misery. Alright. But yeah, as we kind of reach maximum training, that's where we're going to head. We're close. 590. Like I said, my goal here was minimum of 600. I know I can do better than that, and I'm glad I can. If I am so inclined, I can even research military, like, stuff here. Get better morale. Get better attack power. Get better defense power. So we'll see. Alright, you guys are actually finished training. Good shit. They're getting there. Alright. 598. The Dendarian division's 368, which is pretty good. 52 out of 53. Almost there. Almost there. Almost fully trained and ready for battle. We are now actually getting some excess shields, which will be good. Oh yeah, no, I shouldn't adjust taxes while the army is here. Out of 53. They still have a little arrow there, so they're not quite done yet, but they're close. Okay, you guys are just casually violating our territory. I guess not. We are colleagues, so you might be allowed to. Those shields would be. Against a professional army, it would probably be fine. Like, this, because again, you know, we assume the enemy army is well enough equipped to resist your attacks. So you could definitely save on the swords. And let the bowmen do the work. But a lot of the time you'll be facing large garrisons and stuff that literally are only equipped with like 2 leather armor, and that's it. And even then, a lot of like enemy soldiers may not be fully equipped. So it's still worth it to have the swords on them, I think. Alright, I think you guys might actually just be done, but for some reason aren't like getting rid of the training marker. Either way, I think it's time to return to the capital. One of those mad elves walking through battles, 5 bows actually use them all effectively somehow, right? Like, I understand that because modeling quality of things is very difficult, right? So just using quantity as a stand-in is fine. Yeah, so the enemy just completely retreated and drops all this stuff. Which, yeah. Decline, of course. Alright. Which is a nice pile of equipment. Yeah, a nice boats, basically. Alright. So we are pretty handily outnumbered here. Where is... I forgot how to see the range on this. I swear at one point I used to be able to see the range. Anyway. Let's reorient. I'm going to do 2-row. No. The initial deployment, you guys are in front. They're on fire at will, so... So, true charge? Not much, but nonetheless. Clobber it in. And ranged, redeploy on the flank. Or as many of you that can, anyway. Like clobber in, by the way. Rah. There. Yeah, those guys are starting to flee. Yeah, there. They finally broke. Not bad. So singular greatly enchanted bow like in Minecraft. Fair enough. Alright. So we get a little more equipment. Unfortunately, apparently I wasn't allowed to attack Hoogland before the siege started, but that's fine. Well, our guys could use some recovery time anyway to retrain. Well, I guess it probably won't, but yeah. Anyway, so, like, as long as I only conquer one thing every couple of years, like, a bit of a slow roll expansion is fine. It's unfortunate that this happened this way. But yeah. On the plus side, we're now pretty much fully equipped. But yeah, no, our Dendarians really helped align there. That's good. Like, that's the thing. Now they're going to start getting, like, battle experience, too. Which is pretty terrifying, because battle experience just kind of keeps cracking that morale up. And then just never eventually will fight to the death and never run away. And given how hard it is to kill them, with 8 shields and 8 plate armor, it's good luck. And since they're Dendarians, they have extra HP. If we can to hit upwards of like 650 though. I'm trying to think. Like 3 groups. We'll need like 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess we still need like 6 groups. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, the enemy army has to back the fuck down, I guess. I don't know. Every time it, whatever. It's more equipment we get. Can't complain. So I don't think catapults actually do a whole lot. Yeah. There's no way I can afford furniture, unfortunately. It's wild just how expensive furniture is. To increase our taxes a little bit. I mean, I get a nice 4 or 5 grand from it. It's not nothing. You get decent tourists. I wonder if it's worth investing in tourism. You know? Like, maybe if I continued down, like, grooming and massage parlors would be good. Yeah. And I feel like there is something about barbers and Amevians, like, it actually produces something. But I can't, but it's one of those things that's so weird that, like, I feel like it's a fever dream. It might be only with an event that, like, Vassal has become vassal. No. But yeah, our army is now fully equipped. $622. Just need more people now. Get them trained up, and we should be good. Instant mass until the rise of modern tools. Yeah. Alright. Like I said, hopefully soon I'll be able to start upgrading the guard posts with the extra leather armor that we produce. And collect from battle, hopefully. At this point, you guys are fully geared. And you only consume 7 a day. But yeah, 6 days under siege so far. This hopefully should be the last time we have to conquer Hoogland. I mean, at this point, we've secured the rest of our borders, so we're fine. Against the if we just take over these two, then it's just the free lands left, which, you know, I occupy at my leisure. You should be fine. You should be fine. I wonder if having catapults does anything for sieges. I don't think they do, but it's always one of those things where, like, at any point in time that could have just been added, and, like, I would have no idea. It's one of the things that makes so much intuitive sense. My thought is I should just retry and use catapults and see what happens, you know? It only needs like 20 furniture and 20 machines, so should be fine. Alright. Ooh, tribute. Alright. It would make a lot of sense, yeah. That's basically my thought process. It should make enough sense. Yeah, this only says X8 now, right? Beforehand, it was X10. Let's get like 5 catapults and see what happens. That's all the furniture. I know I have the machine parts just laying around. Come on. There we are. Fuck. Still release them. I broke the siege, though, which might be a problem. No, it's still X8. Okay. It looks like the minor break to the siege didn't really count against it. That's good. Okay, so the catapults still do nothing for the siege. Kind of as expected, realistically. As unfortunate as it can be. So we're going to need a little bit of Scythian. I think I have a Scythian vein on the map somewhere. If I can... Oh, it's right here. It's not big by any stretch. How much is it to research the mining for it? And is it a fuckload? No. Okay. I remember like once upon a time it used to be 100 or something for that. I was like, god damn. Allow for 1 crate of Scythian ore. It gives the Dendarians a little bit of extra morale in battle, so I have no reason not to really just do this. help ensure that they do not break, which, you know, unfortunately, you basically suffer a morale penalty the more you are outnumbered. So when you're using high-quality soldiers, like, morale is very important. Because oftentimes, I mean, even like when we're dealing with the enemies, you see them often break long before they're all dead. So. Hmm. 25 to go. It appears we are having some trouble with alcohol again. Like, I'm really hoping I don't need another brewery. It fucking looks like I do. Unless I keep going along here. Late brewing, advanced brewing. I've got 28 more techs I can do. It's only 2.8. That's not a great use of things. I just have to accept that I need another brewery. I hate to do. What the actual fuck happened with those mass graves? Oh. An outbreak of the plague. That's what happened, Fanny. I also may have accepted 1,000 slaves at the same time, and it was a tied event. So, it was just a fucking nightmare, really. Here's 1,000 plague-infected slaves. And, yeah. Just kind of had some death on the side. It's fine. It all worked out, you know? Yes. You want me to surrender. All right, 14 days. And afterward, they're going to need a couple days to actually recover. Plague slaves, not much difference, basically. But yeah, a few more days, we'll have Hoogland, we'll take Quirkensti back. And then we're going to turn our focus to the island. And then hopefully with that grand amount of land taken in, we will have the capacity to fight westward. Although defeating upwards of 4,000 troops is going to be tough no matter what. Like, I'll probably have to call on a lot of mercs too. But if we can defeat them, well, you know, it'll be good. Alright. Their fucking capital has 2,500 garrison, by the way. Like, my god. And look at that. They have, like, level 3 walls on half this shit. They're all Garthemi with some Amevians. I guess I can take some solace in this, in that their garrison being Garthemi means that they will just fucking break immediately. The population of the capital is just soldiers. Yeah. I mean, to be fair here, it's not. It's only about 1/6. And to be fair, on a technical note, like, most of my guys are also soldiers, in air quotes. They just don't get 2 free leather armor and some training experience, you know? And also, it's the Garthemi. Like, they're not too hard to appease, really. Give them some humidifiers. What building type do they prefer? Living in mountains, so, yeah. They like cannibalism. Noted. They like roundness. Fuck that. They only require clay and stone, so that's good. Yeah. Alright. So. I think I had to set up another brewery here. This will be 100-man operation instead of 150. Also, I'm pretty sure that's actually done. So before I do that, I need to go wrap up the siege. Yeah. It's well past done. Okay, hang on. I have to break the siege to go attack the army first. Okay, I'll lose 24 men. Fuck it. Occupy. Alright. Now, let's see here. So we're gonna need one of that. Let's actually start with remove all constructed buildings. So we'll say we're down 200 from wherever we're sitting right now. So we're heading for 90 pop right now. Yeah, I don't think it's actually going to be able to even do that. I'm pretty sure I just have to leave it at that. Fortify. And they will all pretty much quickly die off. It'll take a long time before this place can actually have much done with it, but it's a start at least. And hopefully you guys can get some reinforcements in. Yeah, 3 days. Ain't. We'll make sure they get fully reinforced. Alright. Yeah, we shouldn't have too much problem with rebellion or anything here. So thanks to auto-resolve, our Talapi actually gained experience, which is really good. Archers don't get experience from combat, which is annoying. But auto-resolve will apparently give them experience, which is nice. Okay. So yeah, we just need to kind of change our eyes over to here and get ready to go. Good. Alright, we have the extra leather armor. Alright. And we use a little on maintenance now. I think I might throw down an extra tailor. We'll see. Anyway, while that all recovers, I need to get around to the 100-man extra brewery I wanted to build here. You know? Because 100 people coincides to a singular noble promotion, so we'll see how well it goes. Okay. Good. And so, Master of the Breweries, you'll be promoted. And so you'll get 100 more people to look over. Alright, you guys are fortified. Yeah. 650 strength. God damn. Not bad. Guess I still have to train some more. Alright, thank you for your tribute. Unfortunately, no more tribute will be required. Can't actually attack it. So we'll just besiege. Alright. Lol. Cute. So these two are getting ready for a fight, it looks like. Alright. So yeah. Do you even technically need this to be... Yeah, no. Okay. So that's fine then. Don't even need that for health, I don't think. Oh no, yeah, no, we definitely need the health or it's gonna have an outbreak. So that's fine. Alright, we'll get to level 2 and see what we can put here. Like, in theory, there's the medical thing, but yeah, that's only health in the realm plus 0.10. So that's not good enough. I'm really happy with free space, yeah. Having an army occupation really helps the loyalty gain, right? They're gonna slowly decay. Like I said, I've got decent friendship going with all the major realms on my border to the west. So I should have more or less a free hand. But as we grow larger, the rivalry score will make it harder to maintain a lot of this stuff. They also aren't really happy with my aggression. So I don't necessarily want to act too quickly, but over time. Yeah. Do you have some envoys? No, I don't. Actually, I haven't built a single damn embassy. Upgrade this brewery as well. And there we are. Alright. All the brew. Not bad. We have over 5,000 plebeians. It's pretty good. It does almost make me consider the opportunity of just like massacring them en masse throughout the Empire. I might be able to have things a lot more stable. I don't know. Probably not gonna help anything. Well, I'm gonna be BRB real quick. Yes, other countries will hate me for exterminating people. I guess I should check. Who are you? Like, guys, you wouldn't care. You might care. You wouldn't care, and you wouldn't care. We're mostly just surrounded by... Yeah. God. But yeah, Bromia is a... Bromia is Garthimi. Aegis is human? So am I doing towards titles anyway? Drunkard, the entertainer. I don't think this is actually possible to get, unfortunately. Maybe if I let one non-Amevian citizen in. Is the world ruled by ants? More likely to think, yeah, apparently, right? Like I said, I'd like to get Seer of the Gods, so maybe I should work towards that. For that, I just need more leather, which I guess I am working towards, so fair enough. Jesus Christ. The import rate of leather is apparently not good enough anymore. Are you joking? I need a second import depot of leather? I refuse. I'm not going to worry about that until after I finish the conquest of the Isle, you know? Holy shit, you guys are up to 7,250 power. Nice. Or 725. That is pretty good. That means to match the enemy, I only need 5 groups now. So I'm pretty happy with that. Like, I consider Fenthusi the enemy here, you know? I'm gonna need a decent chunk of them. Oh god, they're up to 4. Oh my god, they've gotten stronger. Alright. Well, we'll see. Now we're 8 days, so we're like halfway through the siege. Good. We're getting there. I'm a little worried that my money is low. One of my largest imports. Clay at 62,000. Wood at 53,000. Yeah, that seems about right. That seems fucking about right. Mm-hmm. Okay. I need to conquer Kudenreich soon. Good God. Let's see. Yeah, nowhere else. Like, this has some wood, but not much. And I need it for coal right now. I might be able to free up some elsewhere. One of the good things is if I can get Quirkensti conquered. And eventually held together, we might be able to get the extra guilds set up, and that should help a few more leather productions come online. But yeah, things are pretty tight right now, and I'm not happy with it. To be fair, I've induced a lot of excess productivity via excess demand via the army, which isn't ideal, obviously, but it has to be done. And once we have the rest of this and kind of have the empire assembled, we should be in good shape. On a side note, we need our 10th nobleman. Our 10th nobleman, no, 2nd governor. You receive 9 promotions. This will give me a pretty solid governor point budget to work with. for improving and building the rest of the empire for now. If I need more, I have to sacrifice a third noble, which is concerning, to say the least. Probably the Weaver. I mean, he has actually 0 promotions right now. I could instead, you know, put in a little tech on it and probably be fine. Yeah. Looks like I might need to put a little tech in anyway. Yeah, we only ever have 10 nobles, so... I recognize that eventually I may just have to have half of them be governors, depending on how large the empire gets. And how developed it becomes. But yeah, we're slowly ticking our way through here. Shouldn't you guys be getting like some Scythian ore? Like, you guys do produce like 2.3 a day. Oh well, this place is almost finished. Yeah, about what was expected. Yeah. Okay. We are. Might as well ensure we have enough housing. Never hurts. So I'm gonna like go down to half as many carpenters here. I don't think we need a full 20. Pretty obvious, it's fine. Like, Lord knows. They are very capable at production. So, might need even fewer than this. Like, 28 is still like twice as much. I only need like 5 carpenters. And every less carpenter I have, the more efficient they kind of all get, so... I'm improving my furniture production by reducing the number of carpenters in there slightly. Thanks to the whole noble thing. Good. Alright, 15 days. Almost there. Yeah, last's ticking down. Just a few more. Last 4. Come on. Just a couple more ticks. Go real fast. Alright. Occupy, of course. And build a village. And a well. What's the problem is with this place is it can literally never get above the 1, so... Instead, get the Workers Guild. Unfortunately, that might not actually be any good here. Tiny bit of ore. I don't even know if this place is necessarily worth it to govern. I could just leave it a ruin. It's just that bad. Alright. I might get instantly attacked by these guys. Well, no, we have superior numbers, so we should be fine. Things over here. Yeah, we're aggressive. And of course, command. They have 556 garrison troops. If it was that bad, why conquer it? Because they're super annoying, barely paid any tribute, and constantly sent diplomatic demands at me. Because at some point, I think they are so weak, the AI literally broke and thought it was stronger than me. Just fucking swarm them. Surprise. Alright. Yeah, if they don't, like, the longer it takes them to organize and charge, they take a lot of damage. Can I get there in time? Probably not, but I can try. Damn it. Well. We'll knock out their army first. There we are. Thanks for the supplies. Alright, and begin the siege. But yeah, this place is where I can get more wood. I think this is probably going to be the last conquest, though. We've done well. the super speed? I can never tell. It feels like it does nothing. And there are borders besides perhaps the rest of the island. Yep. Like the rest of the island's what we'll take. Then I have to develop. Eventually I will in some way get strong enough to fight Fenthusi. Be it economically or militarily, you know? But, like, I can buy Sourced for 15 million, so... maybe I'll be able to do that at some point, or Quenkin. And as I buy and, you know, take control of their lands, they get weaker, and eventually I can overcome them militarily. You know? And then we have all the way to this mountain range that I can take control of. I may be able to, like, become colleagues with them. Or I guess we already are, but... maybe alliance. Because that would reduce the tariff value, then maybe it'd only be about 14 million. Thanks for supplies, losers. That'd look great. Yeah. Kind of then similarly, if we're of this size, we can start buying lands off of our northern neighbors and slowly eventually consolidate the region. Yes, actually, I am in the market for some slaves. I don't know if I have money for slaves right now, though. So... we'll deploy some of the jewelry reserve. For just such an occasion. Or that could all instantly evaporate? I don't know. At this point, I think I'm too poor to buy much in the way of slaves, and that just sucks. We'll buy the 15 that we can. Hoogland is slowly but steadily getting there. 265, it's something. Four days. Yeah, like, I don't know. It almost seems like it wants to go warp, but fails or something. Oh well. Yeah, things are going pretty well here in terms of like this evening out. It's good to see a lot of numbers. I don't think you need some more workers, though. Maybe 110. Actually might be why things started to even out a bit. Ironically, it's because some people, like, some of the children started dying due to neglect. Keep those eggs polished. Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, we are really struggling here. What is our big exports? Fish, yeah, rations, meat, livestock. Like, in truth, I just need to get more raw resources coming from the Empire. You know? My needs have grown too much. And hey, if with some of these I can just maybe get leather or iron so that I can substitute leather in from there, that'd be great. Or wood. We can really start to improve things, but as it stands, it's a bit of a problem. Importing all the leather. Also soon, Hoogland may actually come online a bit. As yet another small ranch. Hey, 22 leather a day is not nothing. But yeah, if I can, I don't know, 15 million seems doable, I guess. Like, as I kind of review my thoughts on the matter, 16 million seems doable. Ideally, if I could get accounting, that would help as well. But why does this place look like a big-ass desert? Because it is a big-ass desert. Like, are you kidding? Like, this place is a fucking shithole of a land. It's fine for me because I'm Amevian. And really, as long as we're next to the water, we're fine. Doesn't really matter where we are. In fact, we actually prefer warm climates because we're freaking reptiles. Sand and fish. Yeah, basically. So let's do the housing upgrade to this batch here. There. So now those can hold 18. Hopefully that should sort that out. But yeah. Which is also why one of my biggest imports is in fact wood. Because holy shit, I need a forest. You know? Now, what is your... Yeah, so no wood can really be gotten there. Quenkin here has a bump to wood as well, so if we can buy that off of them, that's another zone of wood I can get. 11 days. We're getting closer. I also probably need to find a source of, like, clay that doesn't suck massively. Yeah, is there anywhere on this island I can collect clay from? It's not looking good on that front. Yeah, clay is a problem. Yeah. The answer is, of course, by the way, pretty much no. There is seemingly nowhere in the nearby regions I can collect much clay from. Well, that's a problem. Is it worth investing in clay mining locally? Even if I double the output, it's not going to be enough. Yeah, I wonder, is there like an overlay? No. Minerals, maybe? Oh, okay. That shows resources. So there's some clay. There's clay and Aegis. Ah. If I travel to the farthest reaches of the region I can go to, I can get a tiny ass area with some clay. Great. And of course, this is their capital, so they'll never sell it to me. Yeah, clay is a problem. It doesn't help, it's also really expensive. So. Yeah, 14 days, we're getting close. Only a couple more. Like I say, we can slow roll our way through. But at least this will help. Like, this province is going to be big. You know? If I can get another, like, decent amount of wood coming in, we're in good shape. That at least massively will reduce my imports. And we can't really meet all of our import demands. So, like, the city is struggling. You know? Like, things are not great. If I get ore, I can get another leather, which will help. And I think there's some places, yeah. I could get leather here. Also isn't really an option with those beefy neighbors. Yeah, basically. Although, to be fair, they're so large that functionally it's fine. I doubt I'm really managed to influencing the prices all that much. Like, if I looked at you and said, okay, how much are you trading? So 50. Okay, that might be higher than I anticipate. Hold on. When I look at the far region. Yeah, no. Yeah, if we go to the farthest reaches, it's down to like 40. Areas where I haven't affected the market yet, but my great importing of clay is basically driving up prices all across the world. And they're large and pretty central, so their market is basically the world market, if you would. So it's not really that big a deal. Because the AI also trades with each other and kind of evens out its prices a fair bit. So... just real quick, kill their army. And then occupy. So, unfortunately, I don't think I can get this. Well, maybe. No, we only have 177 mutants. We're not even going to have 300 left. Without a friggin' miracle. But the target being 692 is very good. Alright. Immediately be able to build some support. It's going to be a while before everything recovers here. But eventually when I have this province online producing wood, it will be good. It takes forever to get these pops moved in. Some more fish. All right. $300 and falling. Stood no chance, unfortunately. Oh well. It'll take time before this place can heal and become a new, useful colony. That's kind of the problem with... you are... also ready to go, but you don't have a whole lot exactly, so I'm not afraid of you. Yeah. How are you guys feeling about us? 1.73, that's good. 0.81, that's good. So yeah, we have no war threat from our neighbors in the west right now. So we still have our free hand to deal with the island. It doesn't cost any aggression to attack the free land, so I can do that for a while. This place only does 0.92 wood, so I might be able to get some use out of this. But yeah. Alright, I think that's probably a good place to call the stream today, though. We didn't grow very much. Like, my net population has actually only increased by like 300 people. But I'm willing to say it went pretty well. You know? How much more productive they become? Basically, you know? We've gotten a lot of stuff off the ground. including setting up army logistics. And all those other nightmares, so... And this is like a low point for my population, I'm pretty sure. So, we're fine. I doubt we're going to decay too much lower. Our immigration rate should also continue to increase as we get more Amevian subjects. So, we'll see. Is there not a way? Yeah, I was like, can I not edit the banner? Yeah, it doesn't look like I can, annoyingly enough. I should have set the banner correctly then. That's unfortunate. Anyway, they're both trained, so. Alright. 3. Yeah, we have 20% of the army we need already to defeat Nathuzi. So I'm pretty hopeful that growth and everything will continue. Here's the thing. It doesn't take much more to scale up army production from what I've already got. It's pretty easy, actually. It's pretty easy. Yeah, other than getting more wood for bows, because holy shit. Oh well. Yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been your Playhouse Gilvin, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Take care, folks. Have a good night.